Another weird week. Taco Doomsday Edition. While Iran continues to strangle the global fuel supply, the president's plan seems to mostly be playing Secret Santa and announcing fake negotiations so all his pals can insider trade. They're calling the war exquisite, essentially over, and not as dumb as it looks, while we abandon our Middle East bases and the president sends thousands more troops to the region. To be fair, when they told him there'd be paratroopers, he probably thought that just meant 2 troopers. He offered a 15-point peace plan, and Iran responded with a 5-point counteroffer, although they may have just raised the middle one. Republicans say they're unprepared. Former generals say they have no strategy. We're finding out about massive mistakes like bombing a drug camp that turned out to just be a dairy farm, which now has to sell beef. And in a clear sign of confidence, the Pentagon's still punishing folks who report what they say and do, because they're doing more to help Russia and Iran fund their war than they are to help Americans afford their groceries. Like the president going down the stairs, the economy's slowing in some disturbing ways. Gas is spiking, recession's looming, and his chief financial guy said on TV the consumer is the least of their worries. It was a week when Robert Mueller died and criminals everywhere celebrated. The president saw the chaos at the airports and thought, what if we sent people who were less qualified, higher paid, and have daddy issues? Or as he calls it, anti-DEI. Because like a high school coach in the 50s, he's uncomfortable with diversity, and his solution to everything is just to put ice on it. His approval rating dropped to its lowest point ever, although it's still not in the teens, which history tells us is when he will start paying attention to it. On that note, we also found out they shredded boxes of documents immediately after his pal Jeffrey mysteriously died in jail. Meta and Google were found guilty of making kids unsafe, which means they'll likely get a cabinet position any day now. They're almost as dumb as they are corrupt. The DOJ accidentally released proof that the president stole highly classified information, and they keep having to admit in court that they have no idea what they're doing. Hexas said Iran was evil because it invested in weapons of war instead of its own people. Then unironically asked for $200 billion, yet less than a year after defunding healthcare subsidies and cancer research. They keep giving the president participation trophies while he gives billions to a French company to stop wind projects and prop up fossil fuels. The world's chaotic, his policies are failing, and his excuses are only getting dumber. So his priority? To make it harder for you to vote. They have Congress, the Supreme Court, and the executive branch, but they're realizing they no longer have the people. They're afraid to mention No King's Day, and we're forcing them to fund TSA. California even voted to rename Cesar Chavez Day, proving it's never too late to hold predators accountable. Which reminds me, have a good weekend. Be safe on No King's Day, and stay ornery.